Chelsea's 3-0 victory over Paris Saint-Germain in the 2024 Club World Cup final was not just a statement win, it was a tactical dissection of one of Europe's most dominant sides. While PSG under Luis Enrique entered as favorites with their high-possession, high-pressing 4-3-3, Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca engineered a perfect counter-strategy, exploiting PSG's structural weaknesses through intelligent positioning, rapid transitions, and ruthless efficiency. Today, we're diving into the strategies that made this win possible, with ColePalmer as the centerpiece of Maresca's genius. Let's break it down. Chelsea build-up play, unlocking ColePalmer. The heart of Chelsea's strategy was ensuring ColePalmer received the ball in positions where he could face forward and wreak havoc. Maresca's build-up play was meticulously designed to exploit PSG's midfield structure. Reece James, typically a right-back, dropped into a deep right central midfield role, a move that baited PSG's Fabian Ruiz out of position. This left Vitinha, PSG's lone defensive midfielder, stranded at the base of their midfield. Meanwhile, Malo Gusto, Chelsea's actual right-back, timed late overlapping runs down the right flank perfectly synchronized with Palmer drifting infield from the wing into the right half space. This movement created chaos. Vitinha, tasked with covering Enzo Fernandez in midfield, couldn't stretch across to mark Palmer. The result? Palmer received the ball in pockets of space facing PSG's goal, ready to dictate play. This pattern wasn't a one-off, it was a deliberate tactic that exposed PSG's midfield vulnerabilities time and again, setting the tone for Chelsea's dominance. Chelsea transitions and long balls. Maresca didn't stop at clever build-up play. He ensured Chelsea could bypass PSG's high-pressing 4-3-3 with swift transitions. From goal kicks and moments of regained possession, Chelsea's defenders, whether Trevoh Chalobah, Levi Colwill, or Robert Sanchez, launched long passes directly to Palmer, positioned high up the pitch on the right wing. Unlike a deeper midfield role, this approach placed Palmer in dangerous areas, closer to goal, where he could exploit gaps behind PSG's backline. These long balls were a dagger to PSG's heart. Their aggressive man-to-man pressing, designed to suffocate opponents, left their defenders exposed when Chelsea went direct. Palmer, with his vision and flair, capitalized on these moments, turning half chances into dangerous attacks. This tactic didn't just neutralize PSG's press, it turned their strength into a liability, catching their back line off guard and creating one-on-one opportunities for Chelsea's star man. Wide overloads. The Gusto-Palmer-João Pedro triangle. The right flank became Chelsea's battleground, where a devastating triangle of Gusto, Palmer, and João Pedro overwhelmed PSG's defense. Maresca crafted a wide overload that targeted PSG's left-back Nuno Mendes and their left-sided winger Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, known as Kvara. The setup was simple but lethal. Chalobah or another defender initiated play, triggering PSG's man-to-man press. Gusto then made relentless runs off Kvara's shoulder, pulling Mendes into a dilemma. Should he track Gusto or stick with Palmer? Palmer, meanwhile, dropped deep into the right half space, stretching the distances Mendes had to cover. João Pedro played his part by pinning PSG's center-back Beraldo deeper, preventing him from stepping up to double-team Palmer. This left Mendes in a 2v1 nightmare against Gusto and Palmer. The three's interplay, Gusto's runs, Palmer's movement, and Pedro's positioning, created a numerical advantage that PSG couldn't handle. Palmer emerged as the free man, exploiting the space to carve open PSG's defense with his playmaking. Formations. Maresca's tactical framework was built on Chelsea's 3-2-2-3 shape in possession, which outmaneuvered PSG's 4-3-3 out-of-possession structure. Chelsea's formation allowed for fluid wide overloads, particularly on the right where Gusto and Palmer wreaked havoc. PSG's man-to-man pressing, a hallmark of Luis Enrique's philosophy, led to overcommitting in midfield, with Reece James and Moises Caicedo occupying two of PSG's three midfielders. Vitinha was left isolated, unable to cover the spaces between the in the gaps. This mismatch in structure, Chelsea's fluidity against PSG's rigidity, created constant opportunities. PSG's defenders were stretched, their midfield was overrun, and their pressing became a trap that Chelsea exploited with precision. Maresca's vision, the coach's masterstroke. Maresca himself summed it up best. PSG have three midfielders, and two of them were in charge of Reece and Moy. Vitinha was in charge of Enzo. We thought it was a good chance to exploit the space with Cole and Malo. It was the game plan. This quote reveals the clarity of Maresca's vision. By targeting Vitinha's isolation and leveraging Gusto's runs and Palmer's movement, Chelsea turned PSG's midfield strength into a glaring weakness. Maresca's ability to read the game and design a plan to exploit it was nothing short of masterful. Chelsea's victory over PSG in the Club World Cup final was no fluke. It was a triumph of preparation and execution. Maresca's tactics, positioning Palmer to receive facing forward, using long passes to bypass the press, creating wide overloads with Gusto and Pedro, and leveraging a 3-2-2-3 shape, dismantled PSG's game plan. Palmer, the free man, was the catalyst, but the collective effort of Chelsea's players executing Maresca's vision made the difference. PSG's aggressive pressing, once their strength, became their downfall, as Chelsea turned vulnerabilities into opportunities. This was a tactical clinic, a testament to Maresca's brilliance, and a moment that cemented Chelsea's place as world champions.
Thanks for Real. Hey, world champions. You see that? Come on. Hey, this thing's heavy as well, you know.